What if I told you there's a cryptocurrency? Faster than Bitcoin, cheaper than Ethereum, and unlike most coins, it's actually being used by real-world banks. But here's the twist. It's also been at the center of one of the biggest lawsuits in crypto history, loved by institutions, hated by decentralization purists. Today, we're diving deep into XRP, the controversial coin trying to replace the world's banking system. XRP was launched in 2012 by Ripple Labs. Its goal? To solve a very specific problem: cross-border money transfers. Think about it. Sending money from the US to India can take days, cost $30, and pass through a maze of intermediaries. Ripple wanted to change that, using XRP as the digital bridge between currencies. And unlike Bitcoin or Ethereum, XRP doesn't need mining. It's fast, cheap, and green. The founders of Ripple, Chris Larsen and Jed McCaleb, envisioned a world where money could move as fast as email. Their goal was bold: replace SWIFT, the 50-year-old banking system used by over 11,000 institutions. RippleNet, their network, would allow banks to communicate and transfer value instantly. And at the center of the system, XRP, acting as a universal translator for money, USD to XRP to INR, done in seconds. Unlike Bitcoin, XRP runs on its own blockchain, the XRP ledger. But here's what makes it different. No proof of work, no proof of stake. Instead, XRP uses a consensus protocol where trusted validators agree on transactions every 3 to 5 seconds. This allows XRP to handle 1,500 transactions per second, with a cost of just a fraction of a cent. It's lightning fast and energy efficient, which is why banks love it. While most cryptos are still figuring out their utility, XRP has already been used in the real world. RippleNet has partnered with major banks and financial institutions, like Santander, SBI, and Bank of America. They use Ripple's tech, and sometimes XRP, to speed up cross-border payments. In regions like Asia and Latin America, this can mean lower remittance costs for millions. Ripple even has a service called on-demand liquidity, which uses XRP to avoid holding foreign currencies. Here's where it gets a bit tricky. XRP has a fixed supply of 100 billion tokens, all of which were created at once. No mining, no slow issuance. Ripple Labs controls a large portion, but to ease concerns, they locked much of it in escrow, releasing 1 billion per month. Every time someone uses the XRP ledger, a tiny amount of XRP is burned, permanently reducing supply. So yes, XRP is deflationary over time, in theory. Unlike Ethereum or Solana, XRP isn't chasing NFTs, DeFi, or meme coins. It's laser-focused on payments and banks. Ripple offers tools like Xcurrent, Xrapid, and RippleNet for institutions. Developers can build on the XRP ledger, but it's not as popular as Ethereum. Still, the community is active, and Ripple has invested in ecosystem growth through the XRP Ledger Foundation. In December 2020, everything changed. The US SEC filed a lawsuit against Ripple, claiming XRP was an unregistered security. Prices tanked. Exchanges delisted it. The crypto world watched, holding its breath. Fast forward to July 2023. Ripple scored a partial win. The judge ruled that XRP is not a security when sold to retail investors. But the case isn't fully over, and it still casts a shadow on XRP's future, especially in the US. In 2018, XRP hit an all-time high of $3.84. Today, it trades under $1. The lawsuit, market cycles, and changing investor sentiment have all played a role. But despite the drama, XRP remains one of the top 10 cryptos by market cap. It has staying power, even if it's no longer flashy. XRP is now back on most major exchanges, including Binance, Kraken, and even Coinbase. It can be traded with USD, BTC, ETH, USDT, and even INR. Just remember, due to the lawsuit, availability may vary by country. Here's a fun twist. Jed McCaleb, one of XRP's creators, left Ripple and started a competitor, Stellar, XLM. Both aim to improve cross-border payments. But Stellar focuses more on being open and decentralized, while Ripple works with banks and regulators. Think of XRP as fintech crypto. Stellar, the people's version. XRP has critics, and valid ones. People argue that Ripple holding so much XRP makes it too centralized. Others worry that legal issues could resurface. And in the world of DeFi, Web3, and NFTs, XRP often feels left behind. It's not the cool kid anymore, but it's still in the game. The XRP community is famously loyal, calling themselves the XRP army. But it's also one of the most polarizing coins out there. It's not a meme coin. It's not a tech playground. It's a serious, utility-driven project that either makes you yawn or makes you rich. So, here's the deal. XRP isn't for everyone. It's not decentralized enough for the purists. It's not programmable enough for the developers. But it just might be regulated enough for the banks. If governments embrace blockchain and banks want a tested system, XRP could be their gateway. It's old, it's battle-tested, and it still has potential. Should you invest? That's your call. But should you understand it? Absolutely. This is WealthWise, your guide to wealth, wisdom, and modern money. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more crypto deep dives.